When I grew up, my father worked for the railroad, and that allowed him and his family to ride the trains in the 1950s and 60s for free or half price. So we rode trains all over the country. And in 1960, we took a trip to Montreal, Canada. My brother was stationed in Plattsburgh, New York. He was in the Air Force, and his living quarters was right across the street from Lake Champlain. So I recall taking the train from New York City, that was the New York Central Railroad, to Albany, New York. We changed trains and went to the Delaware and Hudson Railroad and rode that to actually past Plattsburgh and into Montreal, because my mom wanted to take my sister and I into Montreal and see the city of Montreal. And we had a good time. A lot of people spoke French. We had too good of a time. We missed the train coming back to the United States in Plattsburgh, New York. So we had to ride the bus. And when we got to New York, we saw my brother, and the reason why we came there was to see his new baby. And I do recall my sister swimming in Lake Champlain, and I was 7 at the time. She was 12. She swam too far out into the lake, and there was fortunately a buoy out there. She looked like a little spot out there, and she yelled back at me, "Get some help, I can't swim back, I'm too far out." And so I went running up down the beach looking for someone who may to be able to help her, and there was a young Frenchman lying on the beach. Who said that he would go get her. He couldn't speak English, but he could see what predicament we were in. And he swam out there and got her and brought her back safely, and we were happy. This was in 1960, and 9 years before the Expos came into existence. Bringing winning baseball to Montreal took 10 years. And it started with the hiring of Dick Williams as their manager. He brought them to immediate respectability, winning 75 games in 77, 76 games in 78. And then 1979, the Expos won 95 games and finished second in the National League East. In 1980, they went to, I think, about the last day of the season. And then 81, they made the playoffs and were only kept from the World Series by a Rick Monday home run. 79, the Expos drew over 2 million fans, and the franchise was off and running. Today, let's go to Montreal and watch the 1979 Montreal Expos take on the 1971 Baltimore Orioles. Hi everybody, this is Apba Brian bringing to you Apba Baseball Classics, the 1970s tournament. Today we have a start of a new best-of-3 series between the 1971 Baltimore Orioles and the 1979 Montreal Expos. Seeded number 2 in the tournament behind the 75 Reds, and the Expos are seeded number 11 in the 12-team tournament. Opposing one another on the mound are Jim Palmer for the Orioles. He's a grade B-Y pitcher against Steve Rogers, who is a grade B-Y-Z pitcher. We're ready to begin. Let's play ball. Bob Buford steps into the box. Here's the pitch from Steve Rogers. 1-4, we're reading the blue die first, and that is a fly ball to left field. Cormati in left field. All right, I think I'll put our pitchers here. Palmer is on the right, pitching to the Expos, and Rogers is on the left, pitching to the Orioles. Mark Belanger steps into the box for Baltimore. 56 is a 34. That's going to be a Y, and Rogers has a Y strikeout modification. Belanger goes back to the dugout. Caught looking, 2 outs. Frank Robinson, 281 with 28 home runs in 1971. 26 is a ground ball to the shortstop. Spire is up with it and throws to Perez at first. 3 up and 3 down for the Baltimore Orioles. Expos coming to bat. Dave Cash hit 321 for the Expos. He leads off for Montreal. 6-2 is a ground ball to second base. Davey Johnson throws to first. 1 down for the Expos in the first. We're using basic Apba, and let's see, the Orioles are fielding column 1 on defense. Expos are fielding column 2. Jerry White steps into the box. 1-2 is a 25. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Davey Johnson will handle that. 23 is a 28. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. Mark Belanger throws to first. 3 groundouts, and the Expos are retired in the first. We go to the top of the second. Nothing. In the top of the second, it'll be Frank Robinson. It'll be Brooks Robinson, rather. Merv Rettman and Boog Powell. Brooks Robbie steps into the box, swings from the right side. 64 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down. I'm using History Maker freebies for my fields, and I think I'll go ahead and print off a bunch of fields. And I've got several Apba books, so I'm sticking them in the Apba books. Here for the playmat. Here's Mert Rettman, 56. Is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Already 3 strikeouts for Steve Rogers. Boog Powell. 36 is a pop on the infield. No, it's not. It's a Y. Rogers has the Y. Powell is his 4th strikeout victim. We go to the bottom of the second. Orioles nothing and Expos 0. Tony Perez leads off for Montreal in the bottom of the second. 53 is a 19 fielding column 1 is an error on the third baseman, Brooks Robinson. Perez is at first. He's a slow runner. We'll play it safe with all the slow runners, unless I say otherwise. That means they get 1 base advance per hit. If it's a double, they get 2 bases. Single, 1 base. Larry Parrish steps into the box. 61 is a 39. Runner out stealing. We'll skip that result since we're playing it safe. He's not stealing. 64 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. 1 down. Gary Carter. 25-year-old catcher for the Expos. A lot of the Expos were 25 or 24 years old. Carter was 25. Rodney Scott, who's not starting today, but he was 25. Parrish was 25. Cromartie was 25. And Dawson and Valentine were 24. Here's a pitch to Gary Carter. 36 is a base on balls. The freebie puts runners at first and second. Carter's average speed. Warren Cromartie. I liked him as a ball player. He played with the Royals for a year or two, and he's a good player. I like him. There's a pitch to Cromartie. 1-6 is a 12, though. That could be a fielder's. It's not going to be a double play. It's going to be a 6-4 fielder's choice. Perez goes to third. Carter's out at second. 2 outs. And by way of fielder's choice, Cromartie is at first. He is fast. Here's Chris Spire. We could pitch to him, and something bad might happen. Or they could pitch to Rogers. Spire hit 227, Rogers hit 156. Then you got a chance to walk with the bases loaded, so I think we'll go ahead and pitch to Spire. 45 Well, he pitches carefully and does put him on. Ball 4. Expos have the bases loaded for the pitcher. Steve Rogers could start up the merry-go-round and really help his cause here. Here's the pitch. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Under it is Don Buford, makes the catch, and the threat is over. We go to the top of the third. Expos leave them loaded. 0-0. For the third, it'll be the bottom of the Oriole order: Johnson, Hendricks, and Palmer. Here's a pitch from Steve Rogers, who has already struck out 4 Orioles. 46 is another strikeout. Dave Johnson goes down swinging, and that is a run of 4 strikeouts in a row for Rogers. Hendricks, 52, is a 25. He makes contact. It goes to the second baseman. Dave Cash throws to first. 2 outs. Here's the pitcher, Jim Palmer. 1-1 roll for Palmer is a base hit. First hit of the ball game. Palmer is on first. 2 outs. And he is a fast runner. That brings up the top of the order and Don Buford. 1-4 is a fly ball to the left. That ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the third. Orioles 0, Expos 0. Dave Cash was a bit of an iron man. He wasn't playing regularly yet in 1979, but he did at one point play second base 443 straight games. He had one year where he batted 699 times, which set a major league record, later broken by Willie Wilson, who had 705 plate appearances. Mostly that's not wanting to take a walk. Here's a pitch from Palmer to Cash. 23 is a ground ball to shortstop. 1 away. Here is Jerry White. 14 is a fly ball to left. 2 away. Andre Dawson. 24 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Expos are still looking for their first base hit. We go to the top of the fourth. Orioles 0, Montreal 0. Mark Belanger leads off the fourth. A strikeout victim his first time up. 51 is a 9 against a B pitcher. That's going to be a base hit for Belanger. Fast runner at first. Frank Robinson. '23 is a 27. Ground ball to third base. Parrish throws the catch at second, retires Belanger. Fielder's choice for Frank Robinson. He's rated fast. Brooks Robinson. 3-3 roll for Robinson. That's a solid single to right field. And Frank Robinson will go to third. Orioles have men on the corners. Merv Retman out of Flint, Michigan. He's got some chance to do damage here. Infield will play back for a potential double play. 32 is a 26. And that will be a 4-6-3 double play that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Still no score. Tony Perez will lead off for the Expos in the last of the fourth. 270 hitter in 1979. 24 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. Larry Parrish. 25 is a 8 against a B. That's a fly out to center field, caught by Merv Retman, 2 outs. Gary Carter. And 23 is going to be a ground out to shortstop. Expos still looking for their first hit. We go to the top of the fifth. Orioles nothing, Montreal nothing. All right, Boog Powell. 36 is a 33. That's a Y, and Powell goes down swinging, strikeout. That is the sixth strikeout for Steve Rogers. Dave Johnson. 52 is a ground ball to second base, taken by Dave Cash. Throw to Perez, 2 outs. Elrod Hendricks, the Orioles catcher. 34 is a fly ball to center field. 3 outs for the Orioles. We go to the bottom of the fifth. No score. Well, we've been getting practically no die rolls, hence no runs. Here is Warren Cromartie. 52 is a 27. That's going to be a ground ball to Brooks Robinson at third. Handles it cleanly and throws to first. 1 out. Chris Spire. 36 is a Y. That's a strikeout. Palmer has the Y modifier. 2 outs. And now the pitcher is Steve Rogers. Six-five is a pop out to the catcher, Elrod Hendricks. 3 outs. We go to the top of the sixth. No score. Jim Palmer will lead off the top of the sixth inning. 1-4 is a fly ball to left, 1 away. Don Buford. 43 is a 8 against a B pitcher. That's going to be a fly out to center field. One of the first things you memorize when you play Apba, probably. Well, 13 is K's, that's easy to memorize. 31 is a 9. That's going to be a single for Belanger, and Mark Belanger has 2 of the 3 hits amongst both teams in the game. Belanger's at first with 2 outs. Frank Robinson. 1-3 is a walk, except he has a Z modifier, so it's not. 2 balls and no strikes. 3-3 roll, that's a 5 with a runner on first. That could be a drive. It might be, it could be a home run over the right center field fence for Frank Robinson. And the Orioles go up 2-0. Which, the way Jim Palmer is pitching, may seem like now a mountain to climb. Here is Brooks Robinson. Five, 4-5 is a base on balls. Last 3 Orioles have reached. Merv Rittenman. 36 will end the inning. That is a pop up to third base. 3 outs, but the Orioles score twice on the Frank Robinson 2-run home run. We go to the bottom of the 6th, Baltimore 2 and Montreal nothing. For the bottom of the 6th inning, it'll be the top of the Montreal Expos order. Dave Cash, Rondell White, and Andre Dawson. 65 is a pop out to Elrod Hendricks. 1 out. Pop to catcher. Here's Jerry White. Not Rondell White, Jerry White. 1-3 is a walk. Here's Dawson, very capable of doing the same thing Frank Robinson did, hitting a 2-run home run. Dawson hit 25 in 1979. Here's the pitch to Andre Dawson. 42 is going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs. Tony Perez. 2-2 roll for Tony Perez. That's a hit column roll. And 6-6 is a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. 2-run home run tying the game for Montreal. Tony Perez scores after Jerry White touches the plate. 2-2 tie. Here is Larry Parrish. .34 will end the inning. That's a fly out to center field. But the Expos on a 2-run homer tie the score. Baltimore 2, Montreal 2. We go to the 7th. So then he's normally the point of fatigue inning for starting pitchers, but not Palmer. He has a batter's face rating on his card, and that's 31. And he is still 8 batters away from that point. And then Rogers, he does not have the batter's face on his card, so for him it will be his point of fatigue inning. Here's the pitch to Boog Powell. 43 is a ground ball back to Rogers. Picks it up, throws to first. 1 out. Davey Johnson. 25 is a fly out to center field. 2 outs. Catcher Elrod Hendricks. 32 is a ground ball to second base. Hendricks is thrown out on the ground out. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Got a good ball game going here in Montreal. 2-2 tie. Jim Palmer returns to the mound. He's the only pitcher to win World Series games in 3 different decades. He won 7 division titles in his 19 years with the Orioles, all the while feuding with the pugnacious manager, Earl Weaver. Here's a pitch to Gary Carter. 23 is 28. That's a ground ball to the shortstop. Belanger's got it. Throws to first. 1 away in the 7th. Here's Warren Cromartie out of Miami Beach, Florida. Here's the pitch to Cromartie. 56 is a pop-up, or Y. Palmer's got the Y, so it's a strikeout. 2 outs. Chris Spire. 53 is an 18. It's going to be an error on the shortstop, Mark Belanger. That brings up Steve Rogers, who will stay in the game and hit. 64 is a strikeout. Go to the top of the 8th. 2-2 tie. All right, Palmer's going to stay in the game and bat. He still is 4 batters away from his point of fatigue. He could go for a while. After you reach the point of fatigue, 3 bad things happen to you. Your grade goes down 1 level. Jim Palmer steps in the box. Here's the pitch from Steve Rogers. 63 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out. There is Don Buford. 6-6 roll for Buford. That's a drive. It might be. It could be. And it is out of here. Don Buford puts the Orioles on top 3-2 in the 8th inning. Mark Belanger. 5-2 is a ground out to second. 2 outs. Frank Robinson. 24 is a strikeout. 8th strikeout for Steve Rogers, but in the 8th inning, the Orioles reassume the lead, 3-2 Baltimore. Top of the Expo order, Cash, White, and Dawson schedule a hit for Montreal. Here's a pitch from Jim Palmer. 53 is a 18. Fielding column 1. That's going to be another error on Belanger. That brings back Jerry White, and I think they're going to hit and run. All right, there goes the runner. Here's the pitch to Jerry White. 3-3 roll, hit column roll. And 56 is a 6, which will get the runner home. It's going to be a double for Jerry White. RBI by unearned run. 3-3. Game's tied again. All right, Andre Dawson steps into the box. 309 hitter, 25 homers. Not going to give that up for a bunt sacrifice to third, although I'm really thinking about it. He's going to hit a white. Here's the pitch from Palmer to Dawson. 52 is a 27. That's going to be a ground ball or Y. Y is a strikeout. And Dawson goes down swinging for the third time today. It's 0 for 4. Here is Tony Perez, who homered in the 6th inning. 36 is a 33 as they pop out to the shortstop, Belanger. 2 outs. And it's going to be up to Larry Parrish, the third baseman, to get the run home. This is the point of fatigue for Palmer. So 3 things from this point that happens to him. His grade goes down. 53 is a 20 base hit through second base. And the runner will go to third, but not be able to score. Here's Gary Carter, 283 hitter, 22 home runs. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Oriole infield is at normal depth. Here's the pitch. 43 is a 29. That's going to be a ground out to first base. Palmer covering. That ends the inning for the Expos, but they pull even again. Score is tied 3-3 going to the top of the ninth. For the top of the ninth, the Orioles have Brooks Robinson, Merv Rettenman, and Boog Powell. Steve Rogers is still out there. He has 1 mark against his fatigue. Here's the pitch to Brooks Robinson. 46 is a 27. That's going to be a ground out to the third baseman, Larry Parrish. 1 out. Merv Rettenman. 26 is a ground ball to second base. Let's see, 26. Yep, second base, that's 2 outs. Boog Powell. 1-4 as a fly out to left field. So 3 up and 3 down for the Orioles in the ninth. Game is still tied 3-3. Like Steve Rogers, Jim Palmer is going to pitch the ninth. Warren Cromartie, Chris Spire, and probably a pinch hitter for the pitcher are his challenges. Here's the pitch to Warren Cromartie. 1-2 is a ground ball to second base. Davey Johnson throws to Boog Powell at first. 1 out. 2 outs from extra innings. Chris Spire steps into the box. That's a 1-2. Same thing. 4-3. 2 outs. And there will be a Montreal pitch hitter, Rodney Scott. Swinging the bat from the left side against Jim Palmer. Here's the pitch. 64 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. We go to extra innings. Baltimore 3 and Montreal 3. All right, it's the top of the 10th inning. New pitcher for Montreal will be Rudy May. He is going to be a grade C pitcher with a Y and Z modifier. He's going to use his starting pitching rating and not his relief rating, so he can possibly throw more innings and give Montreal a chance not to burn up their bullpen in the first game of a series. Here is Dave Johnson's leading off the 10th for Baltimore. 5-5 roll is a 8 against the C. That's going to be a single. He would have been out if I was using his relief rating. Johnson's at first. Average speed. Now Elrod Hendricks. .46 is a strikeout. All right, Baltimore will send up a pitch hitter, Paul Blair, hitting for Jim Palmer. That'll finish Palmer's day. He gave up 2 runs in 9 innings, 2 earned runs. Pitch from Rudy May to Paul Blair. 21 is a fly ball to left, 2 outs. Top of the order, and Don Buford. .36 is a pop out. Or Y. Rudy May has a Y strikeout modifier, so it's a strikeout. 3 outs for the Orioles in the 10th. We go to the bottom of the 10th, still tied at 3. New pitcher for Baltimore in the bottom of the 10th inning will be Pete Reichert. He is a grade C pitcher, X, Y, and W modifiers. Hard-throwing right-handed pitcher, or left-handed pitcher. And I remember watching him warm up in old Kansas City Municipal Stadium when they used to pitch on their warm-ups on the warning track by the infield. And he threw a ball over the head of the catcher and through the batting screen. I thought, wow. Here is Dave Cash leading off the 10th for the Expos. Here's the pitch from Reichert. 63 is a fly ball to center field. Caught by Merv Rettenman, 1 down. Jerry White. 41 is a ground ball to shortstop, 2 outs. That brings up Andre Dawson. Dawson had a rough day. He is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. 42 is a 4th strikeout. Swing and a miss for Andre Dawson. He goes back to the dugout for the 4th time, a strikeout victim. We go to the top of the 11th inning. Baltimore 3 and Montreal 3. Here's Mark Belanger. 64 is a 22. Fielding column 2 is going to be a ground out to Tony Perez at first, who flips to Rudy May covering. 1 out. Frank Robinson. Frank Robbie is 1 for 4, has a 2-run homer in the game. 24 is a swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs. Brooks Robinson. 63 is a fly out to center field. 3 up and 3 down for the Orioles in the 11th. For the ball in the 11th, still tied 3-3. This will be the fatigue inning for Pete Rickard. He is a rated reliever. 3 bad things happened to him. His grade will go down from C to D. We're early in extra innings, but it was in Montreal that they had a 22-inning extra inning game against the Los Angeles Dodgers. That was a game that the mascot, Yuppie, did a giant splash or something on the top of the Dodger dugouts, which bothered the Dodgers. And Yuppie was ejected from the game. The mascot was ejected. Here's Tony Perez, 55, is a 8 against the C. That's going to be a single for Perez. His second hit of the game. He's 2 for 5. Rated slow at first base. We have already used the fast guy on the bench, Rodney Scotto, will probably pinch run. He's going to be on the bases at first base, but we're not going to play it safe. Larry Perry steps into the box for Montreal. 46 is a 32. Fly out to right field. Frank Robinson is under it, makes the catch. There'll be no advance by the base runner. One down. Gary Carter. 6-1 is a 38. Runner steals second, slow runner holds at first. So he's slow, he holds. .46 is a strikeout. Warren Cromartie. 52 will take us to the top of the 12th. That's a ground out to third base, or X. That's a strikeout. We go to the top of the 12th inning. 3-3 tie. Mark Rettman will lead off for Baltimore in the top of the 12th inning against Rudy May. 65 is a pop out to the catcher, Gary Carter. One away. Boog Powell. .45 will be a walk. Brings up Davy Johnson. Slow runner for Baltimore on first. Jerry Devana will be called on to pinch run for Baltimore. He is a fast runner, and he'll stay in the game and play first base for Baltimore. Davy Johnson comes to bat. .16 is a 28. Ground out to the shortstop. Devana goes to second. 2 outs. And here is Elrod Hendricks, the catcher. .46 is a strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 12th. Baltimore 3, Montreal 3. All right, Chris Spire will lead off the bottom of the 12th inning for the Montreal Expos. Rudy May comes out on deck, so it looks like he's going to record to Chris Spire. 64 is a 22, feeling column 1. He is hit by a pitched ball. Spire's at first. Average speed. No outs. That is the... Rudy May comes to bat, and he has a sacrifice in mind. Here's the pitch to Rudy May. 41 is a 29. Fielded by the first baseman. Powell throws to Belanger at short and gets Spire. 3-6. Fielder's choice. Sacrifice fails. And now Rudy May is running the bases. Average speed. That brings the bat Dave Cash. 14 is a fly out to left field, 2 outs. Jerry White. We'll check the warning runs at first. Pitch to White. 1-1 roll. That's a hit column roll for Jerry White. And let's see what the second column will bring us. 1-5 is a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here. A home run for Jerry White. Walk-off home run. Expos 5, Orioles 3. The Orioles scored 3 runs on 5 hits and 3 errors. The Expos scored 5 runs on 4 hits, and they committed no errors. The winning pitcher was Rudy May. 3 innings of long relief, no earned runs, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk. The losing pitcher was Pete Reichert. 2 2/3 innings of relief and 2 earned runs, 1 hit, 4 strikeouts, no walks. Home runs in the game by Frank Robinson and Don Buford for the Orioles, and 2 home runs for the Expos, Tony Perez and Jerry White's walk-off home run. That leads us to the star of today's game, who is Jerry White. White was 2 for 5 with a double RBI and a home run, a 2-run home run, so he had 3 RBIs. And Jerry White had the walk-off blow that sunk the Orioles ship in Game 1. Tomorrow's game, we'll go back to the project with Henry Aaron and the chase for 7:15, and we'll re-pick up this series on Monday. And Monday's starting pitchers will be, for the Orioles, another 20-game winner, Dave McNally, And for the Montreal Expos, their starter will be Spaceman Bill Lee. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the subscribe button and the like button. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and God bless.